Good morning. Welcome to National Signing Day and to Smith Station High School. I'd like to say thanks today to our administration, Mr. Richards, Mr. Wilson, Ms. Whitlock, Mr. Lewis, and Assistant AD Shanna Johnson for working all the late hours, attending all the games, spending a lot of time at this school to help your athletes get where they need to be. Also, thanks to Ms. Jackson today for helping us kind of pull this off. I've been sick this week, so everyone has done the work in my absence this week. We want to say thanks to all these athletes for the sacrifices that they have made to play the sport that they do love and to advance to the next level to compete. They start a new chapter in their life with this signing today, and please make the most of it. I would not trade this group of kids up here, as always, when we have these signings, for any kids anywhere in the whole state. All of these kids are great kids. They do the right thing, and it's paid off for them. Parents, thank you for your support. Without you, these kids would not be where they are today. You've run a taxi cab, taking them to all the Little League games. You've bought tickets to games. You've eaten bad concession stand food probably after you had to cook it and then pay for it to be successful in these programs. Parents, would you please stand if you have an athlete up here today and let us look at you, please. Would also like to say a big thank you to our coaches, our coaching staff. They do a great job. They commit a lot of their time. They're away from their family a lot so they can help your kid get better. So give them a little pat on the back when you see them and say thank you to them. We would also like to say thank you to all of our faculty and staff. It takes everyone to pull these things off, from cutting the fields to cleaning the bathrooms to giving your child a makeup test when they've missed, had to go to a game. So thanks to the faculty and staff for helping us be successful here. Today, before we get started, I want to make one introduction so you will know who this person is when you see them on campus. Coach Michael Glisson, would you please stand? He's our new football coach. A couple of quick notes on our indoor track. I want to mention this today because we just got back from the state meet, and we had 2 kids that have already signed that are possibly here today in the audience. We had Alani Sutton signed with Tennessee. She broke 2 state records this weekend. And also Kennedy Brown, she was right behind Lonnie in the jumping series, so she just signed with Auburn, so thank you for what you do also. Then on the boys' side, we had Charles Hughes, that is the state champ, the 800-meter record. Then we had a 4x8 team that consisted of Hughes, Jeffcoat, Maddox, and Taylor. They're state champs. And then in the 4x4, we had Hughes, Jeffcoat, Taylor, and Jones, state champ record holders. Okay, now we will seat our athletes. First, we have track Dawson Jeffcoat. He will be signing. University of Montevallo. Then we have Tyler Harmon, track, University of Montebello. Football, we have Bailey Denzel, Huntington College. Football, DeAndre Williams, Naval Academy. Soccer, girls team, we have Emily Donovan, University of Mobile. Okay, I'm probably going to mess this name up because I think I've been mispronouncing it for about 12 years. Mason Jindale? Yes. Okay. Auburn Montgomery. Girls soccer, Sydney Shellhouse, Auburn Montgomery. Okay, softball, Olivia Singfield, University of North. Softball, Sydney Belcher, Anderson University. Softball, Brianna Cameron, CVCC. Okay, baseball, Jerry Dale Bowman III, Wallace State. Baseball, Dalton Gunner, Gulf Coast State. Baseball, Chase Locklear, Andrew College. Baseball, Ryan Middleton, Andrew College. Okay, Coach Peters.
Good morning. First of all, I want to congratulate all our student athletes on your signing today. Congratulations. A little bit about our two guys that are signing today. It's bittersweet, I guess, that they're both going to the same university and working. We had a good recruiting trip. We got both of these guys at the high school level. Typically, we try to get them at junior high, but we had some great successes along the way, starting as freshman or sophomore. As we came through and progressed and moved through, we knew we had some special talents. Very hard-working individuals, and obviously it's paid off with being able to sign today at University of Montebello. A lot of the things that we try to instill in our program: hard work, discipline, dedication, and of course a commitment to your academics as well as your athletics. When you go off to college, make sure that you are a student athlete first, and everything else will follow. I think probably the greatest thing is the fact that you all are getting an opportunity to get your education, get your degree, and of course, the financial help of a scholarship always is fantastic. With that being said, I want to congratulate everybody, my two guys. I look forward to seeing y'all on the competition trail since you'll be in state. Look forward to seeing you at some meets around at Auburn, possibly at Troy, things of that nature. And to the parents, thank y'all very much for your support. Without y'all picking them up when they're younger, dropping them off early 5 a.m. drop-offs to go to state track meets and things of that nature, we would never have had the opportunity to work with them. And I'm very thankful and very blessed to be able to be a coach at Smith Station and to continue our lineage of state champions and scholarship athletes at the next level. So thank you all very much and congratulations.
Good morning. I've definitely had an honor to coach these two young men that are signing today. In the 2 years' time that I've gotten to know them, they epitomize character, commitment, honor, and pride, which are 4 pillars that we built the program around. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for both of them. These kids are, you want to raise kids like your own. These are like sons to me. And again, I look forward to see what's going to happen to them in the future. I thank the parents for allowing us to have them. To echo what Coach Peters said, it's not easy being a high school athlete parent. You're always bringing them to practices. They're going home and telling you the good and the bad and the ugly, and you're trying to be, you're trying to decipher it and things like that. So, but for both of these guys, the recruiting process has been exciting for them. They've been able to enjoy that part of it and still be able to be kids. So wish them nothing but the best. Wish this whole table nothing but the best in the future. And hopefully that they will see that getting the education is the important part, and being a true student athlete, going to class, taking care of grades, and doing all the things that they're supposed to do. So best of luck to you guys, and thank you.
Good morning. I'm Coach Jones, and I am the women's varsity soccer coach. I want to start off today by congratulating not only my players, but all the players that are sitting here today in front of us that are going to sign and play athletics with their respective colleges. I know that you're going to represent yourself and Smith Station well as you venture off to college. Today we get to celebrate with Sydney, Mason, and Emily as they sign their letters of intent to play college soccer. In 6 months, Sydney and Mason will attend and play for the Warhawks of D2, Auburn University at Montgomery, while Emily will play for the Rams of NAIA, Mobile University. Today's ceremony is the culmination of a journey that has lasted for most of your lives. You are now reaping the rewards for the countless hours of practice, the countless hours of travel, the countless hours of playing the game, the sacrifices that you have paid, from missing time with family and friends, to the bumps and the bruises, the concussions, and the torn ACLs. This journey has made you who you are. And I don't necessarily mean as great soccer players. This journey has helped mold you into becoming the player and the person that your new coaches have recruited you for. Players who are hardworking, loyal, passionate, and dedicated to their school and their team and the game. So as this chapter of your life closes, I want you to be able to reflect back on your high school career and say that this was one of your favorite times in high school, leading your team to its first ever playoff wins, its first ever wins against that high school down the road, we know who I'm talking about, and your first ever area championship. It couldn't have been done without you. So with that being said, Emily, one of my all-time favorite players and also one of the toughest players on the team. I will always remember the day against Central and during your 10th grade year when you went down with that ACL injury. In the back of my mind, I thought, man, this is bad. This is probably career ending. At least she's going to miss her 11th grade year. But you proved me wrong. You came back in 11th grade and you never missed a beat. You finished rehab in a record-setting pace. It just goes to show you how much you love your team and the game. You also serve as the comedic relief on our soccer team. In a sport that is as competitive and serious as ours is, you are always there to supply the humor and the laughter for the team. Your sense of humor will be greatly missed next year, and Mobile University is lucky to get a person and a player like you. Mason, you are one of the most competitive players that I've ever seen play. No matter whether in practice or a game, you always go full throttle. Your desire to win is a quality that sets you apart from other players. You aren't satisfied with being just good. You want to be the best. And because of that, you are one of the hardest working players on the team. You're a relentless attacker, and you're always exciting to watch. You provide fear for your opponents because your opponents know that you're the one player that they can't match up against. You're a fantastic goal scorer. You have all the tools that a coach looks for: speed, quickness, toughness, aggressiveness, skill, just to name a few. And because of these traits, you're going to make a fine collegiate athlete. You will long be remembered as one of the players who helped turn this program into what it is today. Your passion for the game will be hard to replace next year. AEM is lucky to get a player like you. And last but not least, Sydney. I can't even begin to overemphasize your importance to this program. Your leadership, unselfishness, your quality of play, your temperament, your dedication, your hard work, loyalty, and your character serves as a model for the type of player that every coach wishes to have on his or her team. I consider you one of the best players that I've ever coached, but you are a fantastic and skilled soccer player. You have an uncanny ability to lift up your teammates, to help them play together and better as a team. You have never been about the individual awards, the individual accolades, the individual glory, or the individual attention. You are all about making the team better, and that's exactly what you have done throughout your soccer career. Your team is better because of you, and you make my job as a coach easier. You will long be remembered as one of the players who was essential in turning this program into what it is today, and for that I will always be grateful. AUM is getting a great player and a great person. So good luck to you three. I can't wait to watch you play.
You put me after that? How about these kids? This is going to be a tough one. What can you say about any of these athletes that would better explain to you what they mean to this school than the reactions of their teammates when they were introduced? The applause, the screams, the cheers, all of them are very valuable to us. As a softball coach, we have three in our program that are signed this year. Obviously, it's in front of you. Olivia and Sydney and Bree. All three of them have been starters for us from a very young age, some younger than others. I remember when Olivia was in 8th grade, at the end of her 8th grade year, as we reached the area tournament, we decided to bring her up, give her a chance to contribute on the varsity team. And at first it was not a tough decision, but it was something I had to think about quite a bit. And then for the next 11 games, she batted .414 as an 8th grader, so that worked out pretty good. Olivia's our chief. She is a driving force behind this team. Her teammates look up to her. They follow her lead, whether it's on the field or in the hallway. She is for us going to be missed greatly. Sydney has always had a role within our team, and it has become very much more apparent this year. Sydney has slowly become our team mom. She provides guidance for her teammates. They follow a lead that she sets rather fearlessly. And it's not easy. It's not easy week in, week out to be able to put aside personal things and put aside competition to be able to be there for teammates and to lead teammates, and that's a tough thing to do. She does it well. Bree, for us, is kind of the quiet, silent leader. She just kind of walks in, she brings her lunchbox, she puts on her hard hat, and she goes to work. She doesn't ask for much. She never has. She's content just to be working her guts out and showing other teammates around them what they need to do. As I said, all three of them have been starters for a very long time. They've contributed outstanding things. We have all by city. We have all state honorable mention. We have all kinds of accolades that I'm extremely proud of, and I know they are, and I know their parents are too. But to me, what's outstanding is the fact that these girls play ball year round. They play year round. There's no downtime. There's no time off. And all three of them are in the Beta Club. We have National Honor Society represented at this table. Straight A's. What an outstanding accomplishment it is as a student athlete to be able to not only excel on the field but in the classroom. I'm extremely proud of them. That's pretty easy. I know your parents are too. I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me, for everything that you've done for your teammates and teammates that have gone on before you. I challenge you in college to continue to make good choices, to continue to be the students and the athletes that you are. And knowing that you'll do that, I'm very excited to see what comes. I want to thank your parents. I want to thank you for everything that you've done for our softball program, whether it's, hours and hours and hours and hours down at the complex, trying to just make it look a little bit better before the season rolls around. Or whether it's a pat on the back or, transportation, providing the best of what you can provide for these kids to be successful. They're very fortunate to have parents like you, and I thank you, and I know they thank you. I want to challenge the rest of you. To find your spot at this table. Find your place at this table. It begins in the classroom. Make good decisions, make good grades. Be an advocate for yourself. Stand up, do what's right, work hard, and find your place at this table. Thank you.
Amen. I don't know why, but I'm Coach Ferry, the baseball coach. I have 4 young men up here who are fortunate to be getting scholarships today. I've had the privilege of coaching them, but I've also had the privilege of knowing pretty much everybody at this table and know the character and the students that they are and what they stand for. They're all leaders in the school and the general population, and they're all deserving of what they're getting today. I'm not a public speaker. I actually dropped public speaking 3 times before I finally took it in college, so forgive me for that. They put me last because I know everybody's hungry and wants to go eat, so they want me to be short and sweet. The first people I want to congratulate, though, are the parents. You can finally take and exhale. A burden's been lifted off of your shoulders. I know that you've been carrying these young men around since they were 5 years old. You're sacrificing family vacations, doing the baseball thing, staying in hotels a majority of your summer, and it takes a lot. And I congratulate you, and I appreciate everything that you've done for them, and I hope they show you the appreciation also. Not only that, but you've instilled a work ethic in them that's not typical today. Today's generation is everybody gets a trophy generation. They don't know what it means to work hard, and you parents have instilled a work ethic in them that's allowed them to get to where they're at. I myself am just a small piece. They've had coaches from the time they were 5 years old that have all contributed to what has turned them into the players that they are today. So they're all to be congratulated, and they've all played a part in it. I want to thank my staff that helps me every day to mold these players as young men and players. I want to thank their teammates for pushing them every day. They wouldn't be the players they are if they didn't have competition every day and people supporting them, pushing them to be what they've become. So they play a big role in it as well, and we hope that these 4 aren't the last 4 out of this senior class that end up signing before it's all said and done. I'm proud of the fact that they've all worked hard to be good students first. As Coach Stonebreaker said, and I'm sure all these other coaches can probably say the same thing about their players, All of these kids are good students as well as good athletes, and that's a big deal. The athletic skill is just a part of a reason that they get a scholarship. The character and the education and the good grades are a part of it as well, and without those, they wouldn't be where they are. Last thing, this is just the beginning of your journey. This is just the first step. It only gets harder, guys and ladies. It only gets more difficult. The pressure is going to be a lot higher than what it is here. You're going to be with different people, different teammates. You're going to have to make new friends, become a part of a team. Being a good teammate is a big deal. And these kids all understand what it is to be that, and they're going to have to do that at the next level, and it's not easy. We wish you all success in the future, but we don't want any of you to be strangers. We want all y'all to make sure that your faces are shown in the future. You're a role model for the people that will be coming up in this program. And you all represent Smith Station from this day forward as well. I don't mean to put any more pressure on you, but the way you handle yourself when you go to college helps us as coaches get players in the future to the same place that you are. So we want you all to go there and represent like you've represented us here, and represent in the future and be successful in the future, and we know that you all will. So congratulations again, and thank you for your time.
Okay, now for the main reason, the fun part that we're here for today. Sign your letter of intent, please. Parents, feel free to make pictures. Media, you can move in if you need to. I forgot to tell y'all, I always keep those papers, and when one of you are famous, then I will have your autograph. While they're signing these, I will make one other little comment. Parents, you're so lucky to have one sitting up here today. And when you hear someone outside this community say that if you go to Smith Station High School, you will not get a scholarship, there's proof right there. So you're the best publicity that we have. Go out and tell everyone your kid signed one today.
At this time, we're going to do individual pictures with each athlete, so I ask that y'all come back and have a seat in the chairs.